space also for the others to come in and
They're happy to see that.
they're okay for that. We have going on behind here now. Just up. Good. I think so. Okay. Oh, namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. Very good to see you, and wonderful. I think it's been probably expressed already. I'm not sure if Shri mentioned that today will be the last satsang for this period, because we are leaving soon to go to India, and preparations don't really allow us to make another satsang comfortably in the next week or so, just after I'll be leaving. So why am I saying this? Today. Today is the defining day. Every day, every moment, actually. For me, it's like that. That it is not a day leading to another day. I found that was one of the greatest kind of cheating. I'm using this word now. This thing that keeps us postponing what is ever present, what is always available, and postponing, actually through the mind, postponing for another day, and taking the beautiful excuse of the next retreat or something, or the next book, or the next opportunity, or the next travel or something. And so we have been nexting for a very long time, I feel. And why this postponement even? Sometimes it's even garmented into can be a religion or a practice to say, okay, it will take at least so long. As I remember recalling one of the girls from Satsang going for a walk in the park. I shared this story not long ago. She came back and I asked her, how was your walk? It's in the local park in London. She says, it's amazing. I met one girl today. I saw a girl sitting under a tree and she looked so peaceful and so serenely happy, And I was very attracted to see her. So she walked over to this girl and said, hello, hi, how are you? And she says, hi. She was very nice. And she was talking, she says, are you celebrating something today? She says, yes, actually. What's birthday? Asking. He said, no. Today I found out from my guru, I have only 5 more lives to live. Only 5 more lives. So this was a cause for great celebration, and she was, So our girl from Satsang said to her, 5 more lives? Oh, even the idea of having to wait for 5 more hours feels too much inside me now. One time we had no idea about these things, had no concern. This is fine also. But having come to recognize, not merely intellectually or mentally, but having myself entered, she say, into a glimpse, and the direct understanding and recognition of that, I know what is, it's timeless. How will we wait 5 more lives, 5 more hours, 5 more years for what is timelessly present? So, today is a good day. What for? What can be accomplished or seen or recognized in one day, in one instant actually? Some people wrote and said that one time some years ago, this is not authentic teaching. Somebody wrote once, this is not authentic teaching because you cannot do it in an instant. I said, it's true. You cannot do it even in one lifetime or 1,000 lifetimes. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. And it cannot be done. It is already done. Only the recognition of what is timelessly perfect will take time. It cannot take time to be itself. It is already so. And if this is not clear, then we must be also invested in an idea that we can perfect the perfect. We can help it along, or that the realization of the truth is a creative process or something. Or it is an evolutionary process, yes. But for whom? We have to find out. What is evolving? What is as truth? Or the one who is seeking truth? These things must be clear for us, you see. I said before that the truth is simple, but the seeker of truth is complex. All the journeys, all the sadhanas is for the seeker. Now we must find out if the seeker is true. We can say truth is truth, but is the seeker of truth true? This we must find out. Today is a very good day. How we can do it, well, let's not discuss too much about that. You want to say something? You have the look of someone who wants to say something.
Say, yes, we have to look for it, to find it out.
People want to hear what you're speaking now, so also, yeah, okay, you're close enough to...
You said we have to find out it now.
Yeah. No,
yes, and I'm waiting
you here
for
have to find out. You here.
finding
Out there
out.
they don't have to find out. Okay?
Yeah?
You here have to find out. Huh?
Help me.
Okay, I will get to this. You here have to find. I'm not going around on the street. I have to wake up. Not my business. Not my business to say this, or anybody's business. If consciousness chooses to put that urge inside one to announce, to blow trumpets, then it will do that. It's not, we have to wake up. I don't have a panic about the world. No, I don't. And when I say you have to, it's not, big fire. No. I said, if you wish to find the truth, if you feel in your heart, I am searching for this. It has not been clear after so many years of looking. Then I say, don't be an Einstein. Well, he was not waiting for an apple to drop on the head. Was it Einstein who had the apple? Newton. Oh, there you go. See.
Both.
It's a good thing I asked, isn't it? Somebody had the apple fall on the head. I don't think he went under the tree to wait and see. It happened like appear as a coincidence, no? If you wish to find the truth, yes, you must find out something today. You must find out who or what you are. Is it very warm in here, or is it? It's very warm.
It's nice warm.
Not too warm. We can open window a little bit. I was wondering if it was the energy radiating from you. Yes, yes. So you said something.
I had moments or days, time, when I already knew the truth. And I saw.
Mm.
I cannot say what I saw, but I saw. And but and I never forget, and it's always with me. But sometimes it's still going down, and then it comes again. And
Can I tell you what you saw? Huh? What you saw. If you say
yeah,
there was a moment when the truth was clear, how it could be clear is only because you were not there. You were not there. You as you was not there. That's the only way. When you as you is not there, only the truth is here. When you as a person,
I
when
was
you
not a
in
person in that moment.
I have to explain a little bit so it doesn't really frighten people. Because, oh my God, if I am not here, the truth is only when I am not. I don't know if I want this type of truth because I want to be here. Well, really the truth is, you are the truth. And the you, which is the idea you have of who you are, was not there. When you, the idea of who you are, is there, it in some way mystically seems to eclipse the spontaneous recognition of what is. We're going to come to that somehow, because it cannot merely be a kind of mental... in fact, truth becomes easily perceived when the mind stuff settles down and the attention settles down to meet the natural current of existence, your cosmic sensitivity. Then what I say will be easily assimilated for you, easily without effort. Until then, we try with the mind because this is our schooling, this is our education, this is our habit to grasp things by the mind and think we know them. This is why many people, they have to confess, I am not sure if I really know this or if I only think I know it. When you know a thing, if you say you know a thing, always some doubt will be there. If the knowledge is a function of duality, if it's one thing knowing another thing, there will never be that absolute conviction is not there. You see, it's only when the thing knows itself, not one thing knowing another thing. I have some things somehow that's floating up to say, but they're not the time to say it. I don't feel it. I want to say them today. I don't know how they will come out. Otherwise it's too early and you'll miss it. Significant for now is that the pace and the space at which your present sense of self is vibrating at a certain frequency, and is in this frequency space that you're moving about, called your life. And somehow this has to somehow settle down. I'm using like this. I could also say go up. It's not in any direction. It's only symbolic. But it has to meet what I call the cosmic vibration. Not a mystical term, just means you're in the natural vibration that is resonant inside every body, the resonance of that sentient self. Then intuitively and spontaneously, effortlessly, automatically, you'll understand me, what I'm speaking now. If there's too much mental person here, you will not understand. You'll hear my words. It could even come like this, that you cannot hear my words at all when I'm speaking. It just wasn't going. It just wouldn't go in, because too much personal cholesterol is inside the listening. So it's something you cannot. I didn't get. This is how the mind, the psychological listening malfunctions. You cannot hear only like this. Why would I continue then? Because gradually, as you are defrosting, actually, in a sense, slowing down, and this is good in every place, any retreat center you go, any temple or a space where quietude is the language, then even if there's not a teaching, your restlessness will slow down and you'll have a sense of well-being, a sense of joy and peacefulness. Because the ambient helps you to do that. But even if you were to stay in such a place for 2 months, 3 months, you may still not awake to what is true. You will receive help. You will lose some of your noise, the psychological noise will go. But it's not by itself enough. Because you will still leave as a time-centered being. Yes, I had a very good time. I would like to return again. And I really enjoyed the peace. It was so good. I'm so happy. I enjoyed it so much. Oh, I'm so great. I am so great. You see, the I will still leave in a better state, maybe a sattvic state, but still not yet free. Then what is freedom then? It will have to be such a state, or a stateless state, where no effort at all is required to be what you are. No effort is required to be, because if there was an effort required to be what you are, then it would take tremendous energy to sustain being what you are. You can only discover that which is, and the only way you will truly discover what is effortless, what is natural, is to discover that what is making the effort to be itself is largely illusory. This is what I would want to share. At the moment we believe, I am this person I've been seeking, I'm from Islam, I'm a Christian, I'm Buddhist, I'm Hindu, I'm whatever it is, Rastaman, atheist, I'm searching for this thing. And I come very close. Sometimes I go there, and it's beautiful, but I can't stay there. Yeah, this one cannot stay there. Can only visit. Can only be tourist. What is this one who comes there? It is still yourself, but mixed also with conditioning, ideations, not the timeless being. This has to be understood. And I cannot just make you understand just with words, somehow also with some introspection, which is what happens here in satsang. That you actually look, and in the looking there's an unraveling of the apparent mystery. Then you come to see, and you can only see, admit, confirm, verify. It is like that. Not a person achieved something. In our human language we speak like that, but in actuality It's not the human being achieved something. Something was recognized which portrays itself as the human expression. And it is portraying itself in all the sentient forms, even in the worms, in the mosquitoes, in the clouds, as everything we see. It is a kind of an image portrait of that which itself is imageless.
Is this meant when Buddha said, when you meet me on the way, kill me?
Did Buddha say that?
Mm-hmm. I asked a long time about this sentence because
that's
someone
the text.
used
What
it
is,
in a bad way.
What is the context? That's the text of it. What would be the context of it? I would have to look more at it, because the words you tell me by now, on their own, Buddha could not have said them.
I thought
so.
the same.
Okay, but if you show me the context and I read blah 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 blah, I say, yes, so we could have a laugh. Okay, this is what he meant. You better go and find it. It's in the Dhammapada or something. What is it?
It's one of the main sentences that appears when you and I heard it already years
Westerners
before,
like this type of
and I
thing.
didn't like it.
Yeah, Westerners generally like this type of thing.
But now I understood in the last 3 days. I thought about that because I wanted to speak with you about this, and I for myself discovered that he meant that we should be the Buddha, we should only meet the Buddha in ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
but that would be a long-winded way of expressing that, knowing that most people are stupid, okay, and that it would be first thing, it would be misunderstood.
Yeah.
If you see me on the road, kill me.
Yeah.
I mean, even
if
simple.
You meet me.
It didn't work. So. Okay.
Okay.
He did not say. We have to get to the bottom of this.
I read it still today, but doesn't.
You read it in what? In what book?
In the internet. And in a special
you
site about Buddha.
From the Zen koans, okay.
That you have to put everything down. You have to let everything go. Even if you meet the Buddha, you must kill the Buddha. That idea.
Yes. Then I would want to say, who is it who will kill the Buddha? If even the Buddha itself, and now I'm warming up, you say something, you're a Buddhist monk, even Buddhist monk is saying that it must have been one of the Zen koans, and they are saying something, everything that you meet, you must put it aside, no? Something like this. What is the actual term? Not to grasp onto anything. It is? Even the idea of the Buddha. Even the idea of the Buddha.
The knowledge, kill the idea that there's a knowledge.
Kill the idea of the knowledge.
Yes, that there's a knowledge you must find. Would it be that?
No,
it's a self.
No, that's out
to
of
find.
context now. But okay, if it was said that so much you must be free of all attachments, that even if you see the Buddha also, including other attachments, not especially kill the Buddha, but kill all the other attachments if you can, okay? Then even then it's not complete. Then you must find out who is the one who is going to kill these attachments. Who is the one for whom there are these attachments? Then this one also must be killed. Suicide. Because there's one who can perceive all of these things in the correct context, on the correct plane of understanding. Okay, there's one like this, but doesn't have to kill anything. Just with perfect understanding, this one knows, nothing offends me. Nothing offends me. All of this is the dance of existence. All of this is the portraying of the vital force and the consciousness is playing all of this, including this one who is seemingly perceiving it at the phenomenal level, and the one who is perceiving this life at the phenomenal level, interacting with other beings, also itself is phenomenal. Now find out where this is known. Otherwise, we are missing the last piece. You're not counting the 10th man. There's a story, no? That 10 fools were set out to village to make a pilgrimage to the city of the wise or something. 10 fools set out. And they were told, the least foolish of them said, okay, chaps, we must go across, and we have to cross this river, and we must make sure our brothers, each of us, we look after each other and we are safe on the other side. So the person who sent them in the first place say, okay, all you 10 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Okay, off you go. And so off they go, and they came to a river. They had to cross the river. And they said, okay, let's hold hands till we cross together. And they start to cross the river. The water was they're crossing. And then somehow some had to let go for a moment. And then they got on the other side. They said, okay, very good. Have we all here? Everybody here? Yes. Okay, so let's count that we are all here. The first one went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One is missing. And of course they are fools. They all stood there. Somebody count again. So again count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of our brothers drowned. They're crying, all of them crying. One of the brothers have drowned. They're all grieving for this brother. And each one is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. There's only 9. One is me. Where's the 10th person? So somebody's journeying past and watching this spectacle going, sees what's happening and says, no, there's no such thing as one person is missing. Yes, but we all counted 9. Each person counted 9. We are fools, but we're not that foolish. We know numbers. There's only 9. He says, okay, what I'll do is I will hit you, each of you, on the head, and then you must call out the number you are. So you start, okay, whack 1, whack 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whack 10. Okay, the 10th man is found. Was he missing, you see? So are you having the knowledge of the 10th person, the missing one? If you say, then, I can see that all, kill everything. And the Buddha, finally, Buddha, Buddha is killed now. Good. The whole world is gone. But who are you? Who are you who killed even the Buddha? So this 10th one is the blind spot. You think you're seeing this whole world, whole universe. You're seeing it. But you, the perceiver of the universe also, which is phenomenal, the phenomenal universe, you, the perceiver, are you not also phenomenal? Then if that is so, because you cannot stand outside of the universe somehow, in that personal way to see each thing in the universe, then also what knows also, what is capable of knowing that the one who kills the Buddha also must not escape. What would be the purpose of killing the one who has done the final thing, the ultimate thing, which is to kill the Buddha in terms of attachment? Then who is this one? I thought that one was the Buddha itself. Isn't it? Must be the Buddha itself or something else.
I don't know. It's also out of context with the story that actually.
So thank you. So maybe a better thing you bring the whole book. And we read that story, see what is the context of the text itself. then we can say, okay, this is perhaps in the correct context. What was trying to be conveyed is simply this. And we are doing this with so many things in life. We are catching a little piece. That's how gossips are born. Rumors are born. A little piece, they say Chinese whispers. I say cocoa bread, by the time it's down there, it's turned to toothpaste. Because people change things. So you have a little piece, somebody tell you, and then to the mind likes this quirkiness, you take something and make something more of it. So it's better not to know anything. But who would follow such advice? Or even can, or who even can do it? It's good like that. Okay.
There is a similar story which has the same context. There was a Buddhist hermit.
We have to speak in the microphone. So, is it worth telling?
It's the context that it's burning the image of the Buddha, something outside. It's another story like her.
It's burning the image of the Buddha, something outside.
I was a little sad when I didn't like it, because since I was in India, before I had a relationship with God, with the universe, that was more abstract. And normally people look at this like that. But since I was in India, I understood perfectly why God has to come in a form. It's the personification of God in a form. This touches so much deeper. And then you have to read this, and also that he said you should not copy, you should not worship these beings. They are already realized. And I don't understand this well, because I love to worship.
There are
I
many
love
people
to
who are speaking these things themselves have not realized the truth.
They say that he said it.
There are many people that the Buddha said this as well. Yeah, I think you need to put away these things for now, because again, we need to see in the context, what context it is spoken like that. Because you have to realize also that a spiritual master, a true master, is so diverse in his expression. It cannot just be a one-trick pony. It's always beating the same drum. They are able to enter different points of consciousness and see things in completely different ways, expresses different things, and very often will say things which seems contradictory to their own speaking. And this is actually very true of truth, that it will express through immense paradoxes, you see. So then you really do have to put the context of what you're speaking. One time I say to one person, also, you keep quiet. I remember one time, was Radha here? Where's she? You remember the time you were reminding me of one conversation we were having in Brixton? What does it go? Explain in this thing, because we were talking, as an example, just talking. If you want, yeah, go. Okay.
You were saying to one person, in one question, you were saying, "Oh, you are the ocean."
Yes. Yeah.
And no, you are the wave. You are the wave.
In the example.
Contest. And then the next person raised a hand. I'm a bit confused. If I am the wave, and then you said, actually, you are the ocean. And then someone said, oh, I'm a bit confused, because if I am the ocean, and he said, for you, you are nothing.
Yeah, because if you have to speak, you are not just answering a question sometimes. Sometimes you're answering the questioner. And it's different, depending, and you cannot standardize anything. If you begin to come into something more deeply, you find that there is nothing that just have one fixed answer. I can say something to you today and say about the same something tomorrow, something different. Because the answer is not the thing. It is the spirit It's the moment. It's so many things contribute. But the mind that is attached to learning wants to systemize things. To say, okay, good, I got it. You see. But then you will only catch a kind of like a small taste of something that is infinite in taste. And then people say, oh, I give up, but I can't follow this. I say, no, you can't follow it. You can only discover yourself. When you discover yourself, you are it. And it doesn't know what it's going to say the next moment. But everything is coming out of it and takes the color and carries the DNA of it. How are you going to? You cannot teach the truth. Because truth is not just some holy cluster of concepts. You see, I used to believe one time truth was just something like a sacred sentence or something. Or in a little book is the truth. That's the truth. And then later you come to see the truth is the self. It's like a spirit. But it's not a thing. But a sense of things arise in it. And then it can appear like it is also the truth. It's also can be expressed in this word, or in this idea, or in this kind of image, momentarily, or whatever. So this is why the more you go into it, the people have to say, I don't know anything at all. And that becomes a greater sense of freedom. What is the purpose of learning anything? Only to be empty. This is my teaching. The only purpose to learn anything is to be empty. Because if you're merely collecting concepts, you're full of only noise. Only noise. Only out of the emptiness can the spontaneity dance beautifully. When a thing is needed to be known, it comes spontaneously out of that immensity. When it's expressed and satisfied itself, it goes again back into emptiness, spontaneously. No effort, no burden. While we are at different stages of coming into that, it's not that there are different stages of truth precisely, but different stages within the journey here. You will see it at different levels, and it appears like this, and it appears like this, and it appears like this, and it appears like that. But the thing itself is like only itself. Like if you go to one football match, there's just one match. It is just whatever it is. But you have like the World Cup, you have 100 commentators, and each of them is giving different commentary. Which one is giving the correct commentary? None of them. Everybody has some bias or something. Maybe the one who will give perhaps the most fair will be the one who supports no team. But still, even the one who supports no team has their own concept about a good match. And that will also influence the way in which the match is conveyed. We are like that. At the level of our mind and person, we are perceiving and projecting in just the same way. We're giving a version of what we see, what we perceive. But it's always colored, always somehow adding the herbs and spices of our own conditioning. So we cannot say what we see is as it is. And that which is as it is not merely an object. Anybody? Please come. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's coming out now, but I felt to come and very strong and I remembered a few years ago in India I've asked you, is there any thought worth paying attention to? And you said no. And this was the piranha thing for me, no? It has eaten everything, including the I during the last years, and then the last months with the weight of these responsibilities, and the person came back very strong. I mean, the identification with the I have to do it and I have to decide. So maybe my question is there something else you feel to tell me or to guide me? Because somehow the doubt came, is this enough?
Is it final?
Is it
Is
final, but is it enough? Because there was still the person, still the identification. Even is it seen, but
It's a
is
very
there
good
something else
question.
you
You
want to
see?
say?
A very
maybe?
good question. He's reminding me that some years ago we talked. I didn't remember that you said that, and I said what, but it was a good thing. You ask, is there any concept, any idea that I should give attention to? I said no. Okay, good. And that somehow was good for you, isn't it? Boom, boom, boom. Now you came here, and he has got a property, and then somehow all the bills and too much, whoa, and everything, no? And has come. Just like here, we came here also, no? Before, I'm doing nothing. I'm just living in a little box in London. I am there. Then somehow we came here, and then all of this is taking place. Every day, 50 questions. Muji, we should do this thing. What should we do this thing? Oh yeah, what? Okay. What about this? Okay, sure. Okay, do this one. What about you? Okay, right. I'm coming to see so and so. Can I come back to you in 5 minutes? On the way to go and see so and so, another stop. Oh yeah, okay, right. You said this morning or so and so. Okay, I've got to remember. So all of this is going on, okay, but no trouble. No trouble. Why? It's a good example because we're sitting here together. Why no trouble? Yeah, so and so and so. In a sense, even in the craziest moment, there is this unstoppable joy and peace. You see? And none of this, beautiful as it is, we are not doing it because, we must. No, in a way, some power is providing energy to do. I tell you the same thing. And don't give in to this. It's so difficult for me, and just do. Just let it be done like that. Sometimes you think, I've taken on so much or something, and all this. I never feel this feeling I'm taking on to. I'm not taking on anything at all. I don't think. What would I do? What would I have done? I can sit and play and say, okay, well, I could be in India early, walking around with my little bag, and just being alone, and go buy some cafe when I want, and smoke a BD and all this type of stuff. Well, it wasn't happening. It wouldn't happen. I would also be somehow sitting in some cafe with lots of people, and all of this stuff would happen. Most probably, isn't it? So actually, it's good. I'm finding out. In my town, in Brixton, in London, like this, I was saying to Nataraj, I don't see why I'm here, because nobody from this town come to satsang, actually. All the years I went to school here, I was taught in this town. You see, my whole life changed in this town, and I didn't run away to go to India. It was changing in front of everybody who knew me. Now I'm here. Nobody from this town come. People come from all over to come and live in this town, but nobody from this town. So I don't need to be here. And then he said something to me. He said, but Muji, it's really good. I said, why is it good? Because you can go anywhere in your town and nobody's going to trouble you. And then I saw it's true. I can go in any cafe in my town, have a breakfast, say hello to people, just nothing. And I can have rest also in my town. So sometimes you don't realize how much things you have to be grateful for also. You see, because the mind jumps into a certain way, says, look how much work you have to do, and how are you going to do it? And, I can't see. And the fact is, you cannot see. The greatest part of life, you cannot see. Look at your life now, the friends, the genuine friends you've made, the things you're doing. Could you see it? You could not see it. You could not see it coming. It was not planned in your agenda. It was nothing to do with what you thought. The life is just unfolding, not according to satisfy your projections. It is just unfolding. And it is beautiful in its own right. But if you want it to unfold another way, this thing that's unfolding naturally may seem ugly. Because your intention is stronger. I want it to look like this, and it looks like this. And if you don't wise up and that's why when you're empty, you see it as it is. You don't want it to be different. If you want it to be different, it will be something superficial. It's okay. And you can feel the shadows of the whole self is there. To say, yeah, but I really wanted to do it painted red, and now you've got it blue. Yeah, but the blue is nice, Muji. It goes with the sky. Yeah, but the red, man, was what else. I had a dream on the red. You can hold out for a long time, and then something just drops it quickly. Otherwise, you're sending a message that some part of your life is wrong, and the most part of what's wrong, if it is happening at a level that, of course, some things are going to be wrong, because in the domain, in the level of relativity, of duality, you cannot just have all right. There's going to be right and wrong, and yes and no, maybe perhaps yes, change your mind. That's that very, very, very vivid level of changefulness and instability. Then these interrelated opposites are going to play. But it gives consciousness an opportunity to exercise its powers. As I said, it seems as though consciousness creates the sense of a problem in order to have the experience of transcending it. When you look at it like that, you come to look at it, it becomes very fun. Also, something inside you is unconquerable. Once you see that the manifest world and all the expressions, potentially and actually, are only portraits of the self, of the one thing. And all that you experience, including the sense of yourself, is only the content and the play of the waking state. And you have the dream state and the deep sleep state. In deep sleep, are you more real in the waking state, a little bit less real in the dream, and non-existent in the deep sleep? Do you have measures of reality? If your name is John, you can only be John. You cannot be John 24 hours a day. You can only be John for 16 hours a day. In deep sleep, you cannot be John, or Susan, or George, or anything else. You cannot be a Muslim, or Christian, or Hindu, a politician, a man or a woman. Nothing is there in deep sleep. And it's a natural phenomenon. Everyone needs sleep. So what I say is, all that you call your life and the miseries, you only can have it for 16 hours a day, generally. It belongs to the show, in the theater of consciousness. It's about 16 hours a day. Lights on, show starts. Then you become me again. Oh yes, I gotta do this. In deep sleep, if you wake up at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., to get up to be an executive, to go to work and do your thing. At 5:59, who were you? You wake up at 6. At 5:59, who were you? When you begin to reflect a little bit about these things, we have a deeper understanding of a sense of what life really is, what we call life. you will come to know that this waking state itself is also phenomenal. And all of human history, the history of the universe, of the world, exists only in the waking state. Any of you can refute. You can say, oh, when I wake up, it's there again. Yes, yes, but when you're in deep sleep, where was it? You have problems 24 hours a day? No. You're prime minister 24 hours a day? No. You're criminal 24 hours a day? No. In your waking state. Now, who is the possessor of the waking state? Who is the manager of the waking state? Who is the accountant of the waking state? Something observes the waking state, even now. When this understanding is known, that you are also appearing in the waking state as a person and observing the waking state as consciousness. And even the observer of the waking state itself is observed. Follow. I'm not talking, and that's observe and observe. No, I'm not talking this kind of stuff. I'm saying the observer of the waking state. And the observing of the observer observing the waking state also is a reality. Then what would you be? You have the waking state and the consciousness inside the waking state, the sense of ourself as a person, or as a priest, or as a jnani, or whatever idea you may have of yourself. And that also is observed somehow in a subtle consciousness that knows that this idea of self is functioning inside the waking state. That seeing, is that in the bubble of the waking state also? And that the waking state is being perceived, is also perceived, isn't it? It doesn't assimilate very easily because you're not used to introspecting in this way. You know you're conscious now. Where does that knowingness sit? What is aware of this even? And that there's awareness of the waking state. And is there not awareness of the awareness of the waking state? This is what I'm putting. You cannot speak there. The subtlest thing. And subtle doesn't mean it's tiny and hidden somewhere. Subtle just means subtle. What does this knowledge, what's the value of such knowledge? Well, what is revealed through such knowledge is that the waking state, the content and the play of the waking state, is functioning spontaneously. All my actions in the waking state are inside the waking state itself. So my life is just happening. Even if I try to do something about it, it's inside the waking state happening. When one knows this, the life is very spontaneous and very beautiful actually. Because the way in which people suffer the waking state is the delusions and the projections they have about who they should be in the waking state, which itself is a dream. To the one who is awake, as I said before, each day you wake up from the dream state. But to be really awake, you must wake up also from the waking state. All this is inside us. I have the chance to... I am not operating the waking state. Operating the waking state is an idea I have in excess of the functioning of the waking state. It would be like the characters inside a book determining what their futures should be. You're reading a book, and inside the book there's some characters who are having a discussion about whether the author is real or not. And we don't like the story he gives us. We want to create our own story. When you see this, something is unfolding. Let it unfold. Even you can say, the sense you can say, I am also a part of this unfolding in my dynamic life as this, as the Muji who knows you and you know Muji who do this thing. All this is inside the waking state consciousness for me. And yet I am also beyond this waking state. Not beyond in terms of, not beyond that way, but beyond this way. Not beyond in terms of distance, phenomenal distance, but beyond in terms of subtlety, of perception. So therefore you have no trouble. Whatever is destined to play in the waking state is occurring in the waking state. Who has a sense of this? It is important to sit a little with that. Just let it settle. Don't even try and move it about. Just allow it to invite it somehow and allow it to open up its deeper meaning inside you. Because it belongs to us to know these things. It is within us that we know these things when we need to know them. Not know them just for fun. But there come a time when some deeper functioning, some deeper probing, some power compels us to know. And when it compels us to know, it provides the knowing, the knowledge. Because we are not independent of it. We are one movement. And whatever is happening externally is a small thing. Now we are here, we are having a broadcast also. There are people all over the world watching this moment. Some are sitting maybe on a beach in the sun in bikinis. Okay? Some are sitting with a sheepskin covering, more cold than here. And some other place is really in the middle of the night. They're trying to stay up. They're taking pills to stay up, to watch us live. But we are all in one time together, in now time, say. And they are sharing in the vibration, because today we were talking like that. There are people, they say, also, Shannon say also today, that in a sense, I come to see you, but there's actually almost no difference between watching the broadcast and being here, because the vibration is there also. Even the break between your words carry the same flavor. You see? So then there's still, in those moments, wherever you are, something else. Maybe you're hearing cars and trucks and outside, but you're still in the same vibration together at the same time. Isn't it? So they are kind of almost irrelevant. And there will come a time that it doesn't matter. The scenes can change. I can take you, carry you into the middle of Sahara Desert. And then, out there, Amazon. Then, boom, Mount Everest. Then, boom, middle of Delhi. But no difference to you. It's not you're blind. It's not, oh, I don't want. No, no. Senses are functioning. Hmm? Senses are functioning. Maybe some people watching this, they're smelling chapatis, cooking outside. Another one, Chinese meal. But still, you're tuned into the same inner vibration here. In the same way here, whatever may be happening around is sitting inside a more subtle vibration of your innermost being. So what can pull you about? Nothing. You can be without your psychological mind, but your psychological mind cannot be without you. Which is the greater? Your pure self is, let's say, like space. And your mind is like wind. It's the nature of the wind to roam about. But the space, being infinite, cannot roam about. The space can be without the wind, but the wind cannot function without the space. Which is the greater, you see. Somehow, the good news is that our wind self, our dynamic self, our dynamic self can move about inside our ultimate being. An aspect of ourself is unfolding in time. We have a time body, but our self is timeless. This thing you must know. Not just mentally know it, but know it in a way that know it even deeper than conviction itself. To know something more subtle, more profound, more deeper, even than conviction. Meaning, this knowledge is one with your own self. When I say that the evolution of consciousness is towards emptiness, but not the kind of phenomenal emptiness that the mind portrays, like emptiness was emptiness, like nothing. No. There must first be inborn in you that awareness itself. It must be there. Then when you hear these things, they carry a kind of a vibration. They're not just words. The activities that are happening in, say, Valderay, they are a little bit of a kind of a gross manifestation of our own being on some level. Also. But it is written to be that it must be somehow come. When you are in your own sense of neutrality, the work will happen more at a proper rate and in a way that we need not be troubled about it. But it's natural at the human level, you may say. We have a little anxiety, something is late, and then somebody's waiting to be paid, and these things are going to happen. Still, you may have these kind of superficial reactions and behavior. They're appearing on the surface, but in the deep, there's not trouble about them, because you know it is just a play of life. It's just a play of life. The ocean is water. The wave is also water. So the mind is like the waves somehow. The beingness is like the ocean. Now the ocean will not be saying, I don't feel very ocean-like today because there's so many waves. I don't know, there's these waves. just like to be free of the waves, and then I can be really still and very ocean. Ah, no ocean. No, waves are no waves. Even tidal waves, even tsunami, the ocean is not complaining. It knows that all of this is my possibility. I am not fractured by this. One is my dynamic activity, the other is my stillness. And this is why I said I wanted to say with you like this, because here also things are coming in. Where is this money going to come from? I don't know. We'll see how it come. Sometimes things going suddenly boom. It's like okay, somehow like this, because some energy is driving it. And I said before, if you do what is right in your heart, it won't turn out to be wrong for someone else. Because the truth is not partial. Now you may say, but if you pay attention frame by frame, your right expression, your response to righteousness, may produce in another kind of whoa. But don't form conclusions too quickly. Sometimes people have to ouch. You don't say anything. Don't formulate any conclusions about anything. Just keep quiet. Don't wait also to find out what happens. Feel the truth of your own inmost self. And stand and be one with it.